Hello. Welcome back to a new video, and welcome if you're new here. This is how I do my nails at home on my own. I have been doing my nails at home for about the last 2 years, 2 to 3 years. I've done them on and off at home, but for special occasions I was getting them done. I was getting builder gel or structure gel, which is a thicker gel coating over my natural nail, and I loved it, but it was just getting too pricey to get them done every 3 to 4 weeks. And especially if I was just doing solid colors, I knew it was something that I could do on my own. I do want to give a disclosure. I'm not a professional, I'm not certified, I'm not a nail tech, and I don't claim to be. I've watched a lot of YouTube, a lot of TikTok, and videos basically on how to do my nails. I watch closely when I would go get my nails done, so I feel comfortable doing my own nails at home. So please take this with a grain of salt. I'm just showing you how I do it, and if you want to try, by all means go ahead, but just know this is not professional advice. Slowly but surely, I built up my nail collection, or my at-home nail collection of products, tools, which I have here in my basket. This is it. I will walk through everything that I use. For the most part, I've gotten everything on Amazon and other things from an actual nail supply store. And one-offs I'll get like at drugstores if I need last minute things. So we'll get into that. What I like to do is I set up my iPad right in front of me and I put on a show on Netflix or some YouTube. This is when I'm able to binge or catch up on shows or whatever it is. And then I will start with prep. So before I get into that, let me show you the two colors that I picked up today. I got these two from D&D. This one is Canadian Maple, which I've had on my nails before. I actually have this saved in my notes as a color that I loved. And then this one is Fire Engine Red. I am a red girly. I love a good red, especially on my skin tone. I love a good red. I love a good orange undertone red, which would be this one, and this would be more of a true red with like a blue undertone. So I'm not sure. I was leaning more towards this one, but we're about to kick off summer and I'm gonna have these for the start of summer, so I think I'm wanting this one now. It's definitely, it maybe looks neon. I'll show more once I start to apply. It looks neon, at least under the light, but in person and on the nail it looks like a fun red. So I might do this one. I first decide the length that I'm gonna do my nails and if I need to cut them or just file them. I think my nails grow pretty fast, so for the most part I like to wear them short because I do type at my job, and the longer they get, it just like overwhelms me when I'm clickety clacking on my keyboard. And then I did have one that broke, so I don't know if you'll be able to see, but this one in the middle is shorter than the rest. So I might just cut them, start fresh, start with like a short red, that way once they grow back they can grow even. So I'm gonna cut them and then I will file them. I like to do like a round square, so round edges but square top. So I'm gonna do that and then I'll be back and show you. Okay, nails are cut. I didn't show before, but they're definitely shorter. However, I don't go all the way short. I don't go to the length that I want because I follow up with my filer, and this is 100/180. And I like to just then file them as short as I want or the length that I want, because then if I cut them and then file and they're too short, like there's no going back. So I'm gonna file my nails now and then I'll be right back. All right, nails have been filed. They're at a perfect length. If I need to touch up or go any shorter, I'll do it after I apply the gel because the gel makes it a little bit thicker. I do have this little brush that I like to use to take off any dust. Now I clean up my cuticles, and I have a few tools for that, especially depending on how bad they are. I have this cuticle softener. I like to apply this on my nails, and then once this is on there to soften, I push them back using this tool. And a little bit goes a long way, so I like to just apply a dot and then I just spread it. I make sure it gets around the nail and basically on anything that I'm about to work on. And then I'll go in with this tool, and this I have on my Amazon storefront. A lot of this stuff I have on my Amazon storefront, whatever I got from Amazon. So I go very gentle because I don't ever want to hurt myself, especially because this is like it's kind of like a blade. So then I just push out. I don't go flat. I kind of go at an angle and then I push down. And then I can see that there's cuticles starting to lift. And then that's when I'll go in with the little cuticle scissors and cut off what I can. And I like to use this tool as well because I can kind of see if I have any excess gel, excess polish, and this kind of just scrapes it off. Cuticles are pushed back. Now I'm going to go in with this tool and just clean up whatever is lifted. I'm not gonna go in, I'm not gonna grab excess. I'm just gonna cut off or trim whatever is already off, because the cuticle at the end of the day, it's still a protection to your nail bed or for your nail bed. So you shouldn't really take all of it off. I'm just doing whatever is kind of like already dead and loose and hanging. So now I'm gonna go in with the drill to do a dry manicure and clean it up a little bit more. This is the one that I use. I won't fully recommend it. This is just the most inexpensive one that I saw that was available on Prime, and I just needed one right away to take my gel nails off years ago. So it's lasted me years, but you pay for what you get. This is how you control the speeds. So you either go one way, the other way, and then you go faster. You can also obviously turn it down, but just faster. But there are other ones that I've seen that might be a little bit better. I think I added that to my storefront as well. This just gets the job done for now. And I don't want to overconsume and buy another one when I can use this. These are my drill bits. To start, I will use this one, and this just kind of helps get in the edges and around my nail bed. And I start like that's too fast, like at a low medium speed. When I do this part, I like to wear a mask because of the powder. I don't have one of those things that sucks powders, and I'm not trying to inhale it, so I'm gonna wear this. That one was pointy, so it helped get in around the edges. This one is an all around. This is a rounder one. This is like ball point. So I go in with this one next just to really get in any extra crevices. Last drill that I'll go in with is this one, which is like a buffer grill, and this I'll just go in gently and lightly over my nails a couple times back and forth horizontally. And this is just to buff them up and to help give them texture so that when I do put any polish or primer, it actually sticks to the nail. Now that that's done with, I'm going to wash my hands and use this scrubber with some soap to clean up any excess or debris, anything that's just left over that I don't want. All right, they're washed. Already feels so much better, so much cleaner, so much lighter. I'm liking the shape. I'm just gonna make sure there's nothing left like hanging off because the gel will attach to that. Next, what I do is I get a towel because I don't want to get paint on my counters, and also it just gives like that salon vibe. And I prep my light station. So this is the light that I use. This is one that I got off of Amazon. It's the Sun UV. For the most part, I use the 60-second option for curing. I do look at each bottle that I'm using and I make sure that I'm following those directions. For example, this one says 60 to 90 seconds. Sometimes I do like to do 90 seconds because this is a base. Others sometimes say 60, so it really just depends, but I like to pay attention to the bottle because that's the cure time on the bottle. Just plug the cable in the back, I press on, and then I set it to 60. That way when my hand goes in, it's already set at that. Then this is my acetone setup for cleaning up my edges and cleaning up any polish that gets on my fingers. This little cup is from Amazon, and then this acetone is the best one that I've used. This is from the nail supply store. This big bottle was $4, and I've had this for a long time. I'm barely halfway. So I do fill the cup because for the most part, I do end up using that much just to clean up edges and, like I said, any if color. Before I go in with an actual polish though, I'm going to dehydrate my nail, dry it out. So I'm gonna use this nail dehydrator. This helps get off any excess oils. That way the polish really sticks. So I just take whatever I have on the brush and go over the nail. So I just go over the nail bed. Basically, anywhere that there's going to be polish on the nail, you want to make sure that it's clean and dry. And I will say this dehydrator does smell like acetone or nail polish remover. So if you are sensitive to those scents, just be aware. And this dries them quick. That's it for about a minute before I go in with anything else and make sure they're dry. Once they're dry, I will go in with a foundation base gel. This one is gel polish from Amazon. I'll just use a thin layer to go over it and then I cure it. Before, after, this is with base coat. So now I'm gonna do this one. Now it's time for the fun part, the polish. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, gonna paint my nails. Here are my nails. I'm glad I went with Canadian maple red. I think so, yeah. They're so cute. I feel like, oof, I can't wait to wear jewelry. So I did base coat, 2 color coats, and then this top coat. This is Modelones, also from Amazon. This is in my storefront, and I've been using this one for a while now. I like it so far. Other things that I wanted to mention are these little nail wipes, lint free. Highly recommend, especially to clean off any lint. And then getting a thin brush. This one is double-ended. It has this end where I clean up the edges. Then it has also this like thinner end as well to also clean up edges or do any line work that you need or fill in. And then this is the cuticle oil that I'm gonna use to finish off my nails. I got this from the nail supply store, and I think no, I still have a good amount. So this a little bit goes a long way. I just do like that and then get all around the nail, all around the fingers. So now it looks like that. And I like to reapply cuticle oil every day, at least when I remember, just to help keep the nails fresh and maintained. That's part of the maintenance that makes it last long. And then also just keep my hands hydrated, moisturized. And I also use lotion. These are my nails. Let me know what you think. I love them. Again, this was D&D Canadian Maple. I hope you enjoyed this nail salon video, home salon. That's how I do my nails. This works for me. I'll keep you updated for how long they last. Oh, and another thing is, although I try my best to clean up the edges, it's pretty clean for the most part, but in the shower or when I'm washing my hands, I clean off the rest, because then that's when the edges or the cuticles will start to get loose. So that's when I take it off. And then another thing is, when I do the dishes for the first couple weeks at least, I wear gloves. So like the rubber dish gloves, because that also helps maintain the nail and keep them on for longer, because the more you wash your hands, the more, especially with warm or hot water, the more that the glue gets loose and then the more it starts to lift. So yeah, just some tips, but these are my nails. I hope you like this video. It's a little bit different, but I want to share more of the things that I do and how-tos and learning and tutorials and stuff like that, and just providing useful information. So let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, all of the things. Follow me on my socials, and thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.